So let's see what we have here. They give you the equation right here, right? And they tell you these two things about the equation. They tell you that x is 3, so wherever you have x here and x here, and you have y is 5. So wherever you have y, it's 5 right here, and this is a 5. So you can just imagine them in your head that they're 3s and 5s. So you literally plug in x here and plug in x in here, and 5 in here and 5 where there was a y. So you have 9x minus 5y over x plus y. You gotta remember this here too, this right here. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. This is an easy way to remember it. You gotta start here, order of operation. This is called order of operations. You all learned it in the last class. You start here and you go to the right. You start from the left, go to the right. So you gotta do whatever inside parentheses first. But you don't have any parentheses in your problem, so we don't have to worry about this. You also don't have any exponents in your problem, right? You also don't, you have multiplication though. So what we gotta do first is replace every x with a 3. Okay, so here you have 9 and it's being multiplied. Anytime you have like something in a letter next to it, it means they're being multiplied with each other. Okay, same thing with here. There's technically a 1 here and it's being multiplied. There's a 1 here is being multiplied, but we just don't write the ones because 1 doesn't do really anything when you multiply it. Okay, so imagine there's an invisible 1 here, but here we have a 9, here we have a 5. So 9 and it's being multiplied. You have to multiply it by 3 because remember, look, you have a 3 here, and so you gotta replace whatever you see x, you gotta replace it with a 3. And what you can do is to make it easier for yourself, you can so you'll do this and you'll put a 3 here, and let's do this as well. Let's put a 3 at the bottom, and we have a 5 here, and we also have a 5 here. What is this? Okay, there we go. Okay, so what you can do is to make things for yourself easier. You can put these like in parentheses if you want, so it's easier for you to keep track of what's going on. So now all you do is just math, regular math. We don't know what this is, so okay. Remember, all we did is we plugged in x, whatever we had a 3. We plugged into wherever we had an x, and we did the same with the y. Wherever we had a y, we plugged it in here, and we also plugged it in here. This looks too busy. Well, okay. Anyways, so now all you have to do is do multiplication. You gotta go back to this. You don't have, well, we have parentheses now. We added the parentheses. Remember what PEMDAS? We added the parentheses ourselves, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But just make things a little bit easier. We don't have any exponents. So now we gotta do whatever's inside the parentheses first, right? If we don't have parentheses, let's get rid of the parentheses if you don't want to get confused. So honestly, it's better to have parentheses, sorry. Do multiplication first. You have multiplication here, right? You don't have exponents, you have multiplication. 9 times 3, 27. Minus 5 times 5, 25. And this is an 8. If you add these two, you get an 8. Here we should end up with 2 over 8. But we can simplify this even more. 2 goes into self how many times? 1 time. And 2 goes into 8 how many times? 4 times. So it's 1/4. These two right here are the same answer. I don't know if he wants you to simplify or no. But all we did, so the 9 times 3 becomes a 27, and the 5 times 5 becomes a 25. 3 plus 5 is 8, okay? So you end up with 27 minus 25 over 8 equals 1/4. You gotta remember this though. This is very important. I mean, you're gonna use this in everything. This is when you have parentheses, okay? So when you have something like this, and you have something inside like 3 plus 5, right? And let's say here, okay, so and here you have exponents. Exponent E is for the exponent, so like 3 to the second, okay, plus 4 to the third. These are exponents, okay? M, this is multiplication. I mean, like 3 times 3, or 5 times 5. Most of the time they're gonna stop putting putting x. They'll put like 3x. When you have like 3x, there's actually a multiplication here. If you have 3y, they're being multiplied. And then what's next? Multiplication, you have division for d, so like 3 divided by 5. Addition for a, like 3 plus 5 for addition, and subtraction. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so you have P, E, M, because you will get a lot of problems wrong if you don't get this concept. Okay, you gotta check if you have parentheses. If you have parentheses, you gotta do whatever's inside the parentheses first. But you also gotta apply this rule again when you're inside the parentheses. So if you have parentheses like this, look, if you have like 3x minus 5, right, minus 4, right? Do we have parentheses here? Yes, right? These are parentheses. So you have to do whatever is inside the parentheses first, but you also have to use this rule again inside the parentheses. You have to reuse a rule. This is a rule, you have to reuse it. You can't go in any order you want. You can't just start subtraction and adding any way you want. You have to go from left to right. So we're inside the parentheses, right? Do we have parentheses inside the parentheses? No. Do we have exponents? No. So we don't have to worry about exponents. Do we have multiplication? Yes, we have multiplication. This is multiplication right here, right? Let's say x is 2. So 3 times 2 minus 5 minus 4, right? So we have to do this first. We have to do this first. X is 2, we plugged in 2 in here. Okay, so x is 2, what is that? That's the 6. Minus 5 minus 4, right? So now we gotta apply the rule again. Do we have multiplication again somewhere else? No. So we're doing multiplication. Do we have division anywhere? No, we don't have division. Do we have addition? No, we don't have division, right? We don't have addition anywhere. So all we have is subtraction. So 6 minus 5. But remember, we were inside the parentheses. We have to do whatever inside the parentheses first, but we also have to apply this rule, the PEMDAS rule, it's called order of operations. You have to do that. So 6 minus 5 is 1. So once you have a single number inside the parentheses, you can just get rid of the parentheses. 1 minus 4, that will give you negative 3. Again, this, I can't like stress this enough. This is very important. You have to understand this topic here, or you're gonna get a lot of stuff wrong. Check, do you have parentheses? Do you have exponents? Do you have multiplication? Do you have division? When you go inside the parentheses, you have to apply this rule again. This rule gets applied inside the parentheses again. So if you have parentheses inside parentheses, you have to do those first.